While overall inflation has shown signs of cooling, grocery prices remain high, leaving families stretching their food budgets. Joining us right now to discuss the Trump administration's efforts on food affordability, Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins. Good morning to you. It has been a conversation and continues to be one. And of course, the big question is, what can you do? And I'd probably throw out the question, since the president has made some comments about it, of whether you think that some retailers out there are gouging customers.
Well, first of all, it's great to be on with you. Thank you. Yes, this president's effort and focus, and frankly, our entire administration on returning the American dream. We all know the numbers under the last administration, and you specifically mentioned food. You know, what we inherited a year and a half ago was pretty astounding. Food prices had increased 23%, mortgages 46%, interest rates, especially for our farmers, were up almost 70%. So since that time, we've really seen everything begin to settle down and stabilize. We're at about 3% increase on food right now, which is right at the 20-year average. But you also, in the context of that, you've seen eggs come down almost 90%. Berries are down 24%. We've got chicken breasts down about 5%. So there are really important pieces of this puzzle, and especially to keep and make America healthy again, that are coming down. And that's what we're hyper focused on. I also want to point out to your point, the retailer side of this. While we are looking, and the Department of Justice is looking at the retailer potential of price gouging, I also want to shout out Walmart, Giant Eagle. We have some others coming online in the next few weeks that are working to bring, especially that healthy, fresh food, those costs down. And so we'll continue to see more of that going forward.
How do you think, though, about what's taking place in Iran right now, and clearly the cost of oil and energy going up? That should probably factor into the price of everything as things go forward. Do you have conversations with the president about the impacts of these things?
We do. And, you know, again, the president is hyper-focused. Our entire cabinet, our great Secretary of Energy, Chris Wright, head of our National Energy Dominance Council, our Secretary of the Interior, Doug Burgum, the president, the vice president, you know, we are very, very, very focused on the numbers and the prices. But you're right. I mean, the fuel, energy does drive everything else. And so that's very important. That's why this president is very focused on getting to a resolution on this war, because it does drive prices up, but also really important that Iran never have a nuclear weapon. So balancing all of that is not an easy job, but the president is hyper-focused on it. And even with the conflict overseas, we have seen in agriculture, fertilizer prices still coming down. We've seen gas prices still lower than they were in the Biden administration. But we've got more work to do. We're working on it really hard from the ag perspective, bringing all those inputs down that we inherited, but also opening up the world markets with 20 now, I think, new trade deals. I think we just added Jordan yesterday, or maybe even earlier this morning, and selling American goods across the world. That also will help our farmers, our agriculture producers, and will help make sure we have the best food at affordable prices for all Americans.
In the past, Madam Secretary, you've mentioned that the policies of the administration have brought prices down for food, and I'm wondering what specifically you can point to now as levers to further bring food prices lower. You mentioned deregulation before, et cetera, but some things are just out of your control, aren't they?
Well, of course. I mean, and especially if you're trying to deconstruct what we inherited a year and a half ago. And you think about the farm side of it. I know I've been on your show before and talked about this. You know, our farmers had a $90 billion loss in 23-24, and that was the largest of any time in American history. And of course, once you look at the inflation up 20+%, and all of the inputs are way up, fertilizer up 40% during those years, we are bringing all of that back down, but it can't happen overnight. It will take a while to completely deconstruct. But the numbers that we're seeing are remarkable. I know Caroline Levitt yesterday talked about, you know, more tax returns than ever before in American history, that the tax cuts that are getting implemented are being felt right now. Yesterday, when we saw that we had the lowest numbers of those applying for unemployment, I mean, these are really incredible markers for a strong economy where you lift all boats. Just last week, I think Kevin Hassett was talking about the amazing CPI numbers. So there is a lot that are really positive signs that we are moving the economy back in the right direction. We are making goods, especially fuel, housing, et cetera, more affordable. But we're also making sure that America is safe. And again, from my perspective, talking about the food supply system and protecting our farmers and ranchers across the country, if we can't feed ourselves, then we will lose freedom. And that's a really important piece of this, why we're strengthening our farmers and ranchers, why we're opening up the markets around the world, why we're opening up the domestic markets, but also ensuring that we're getting fresh, healthy food on all Americans' plates as we're working to make America healthy again. These are complex, very difficult policy questions, but we're making incredible progress. I'm really proud of the work that we're doing.
Okay, so here's a news you can use question. I came across this headline this morning, Ms. Secretary. So is the lettuce bad or not? Should we be eating lettuce? What can, no, honestly, because I think there's a lot of people who are going to the market. They're saying, should I buy it? They're going to restaurants. They're saying maybe I shouldn't have a salad. Where are we?
Well, first of all, yes, the food is safe. America has the safest food in the world. Now, obviously, there are outliers. This lettuce outbreak that the FDA is managing, it's not USDA, it's Food and Drug, but still, I'm very comfortable talking about it, that was lettuce that came up from a food supply system through Mexico and obviously into some of our supply chain here in America. But FDA has got their arms around it. Just wash your lettuce. But yes, it is very safe to eat. We have an incredible food supply system here in America. But I would like to say it goes to the larger discussion that we're having, that we have got to be able to feed ourselves, that over the last number of years, we became a net importer of food in 2023. We can't do that anymore. We have to feed ourselves. And again, this lettuce that we're studying right now came from out of our country. It's time we start reshoring our food back to America, and that's what we're working on.